And let me welcome to the Doralicious Show, Greek-Brooklynite actor, Christina Mavronas. Christina mo, how are ya?
I am fantastic. I'm doing so good. Thank you for having me.
He's γίνει sensation, he's γίνει viral με τα Instagram
I'm a
videos.
sensation.
I love them.
My father enjoys all of them, so that's nice.
By the way, all the videos with your dad, they're my favorite. Ειδικά εκεί που είσαι στην παραλία. Και του λες, μπαμπά, γνώρισα ένα αγόρι. And he's like, okay. And then τι ομάδα είναι? Και του λες, και σου φωνάζει, απαγορεύεται.
And I told Tony too, I was like, I have something fantastic for you. And he's like, I cannot wait. I was like, it has my father in it, so it's going to be minced. But he's incredible. He's an artist as well. And he's so comical and he's a storyteller. So I remember growing up my whole life, και εκεί στο τραπέζι θα σου το πει, like, every detail, και τα φρύδια του, και πώς μιλάει, και τα πάντα. I'm like, God bless him. So.
Από εκεί το έχεις πάρει?
Τα φρύδια, yes. When we, it's so funny, because like, we're the same person. I am my father's daughter. He's a Pisces, I'm a Pisces. Nevriajme the same way. But then we let it go the same way. So it's comedic. But whenever I start getting like, he like mad, but like got nevrias makati, whatever, I don't understand something, he looks at me, he goes, Arhizune ta fridia. And like first, and like, there's that moment where I'm like, Baba, take me seriously. But then when like you look at it, I'm just like, how can I not like laugh? And like, it's hysterical. So I'm very grateful for him. He's taught me a lot of lessons.
That's because you write a lot of those little stories on like the little skits that you do on Instagram, right? Πώς σου έρχονται όλα?
It's a little bit mix of like my own personal experience, right? And then I don't like to take from other people's stuff because that's messy and it's not, I don't know. There's a rule of thumb there that you kind of have to like proceed with caution, but I do get inspired from events and other people and things. So like, I'll see that one thing and I'll be like, well, what would it be like if it was with me, or vice versa? And I'm in New York City, baby. I'm hearing things left and right. So there's always something happening. So I'm pulling from everything and everywhere. And my father too will sit back and we'll have like a little, sipuro. Mm-hmm. And he'll be like there and I'll be like, Baba, what do you think of this? And I'll be like, kalofto. And I'm like, okay, αρχίσαμε την ιστορία. So it comes all over the place.
And it's interesting enough because your background is in science and then you decide to go into acting and writing. How did that come about?
So I have my BS in kinesiology and I love the sciences. I really do. Like I remember in high school too, I was with my physics teacher and we would sit there for hours during tutoring and start talking about like all these other concepts and theories. So, and then I slowly, like, as I started going off into other things and elements and, doing your hours, varetica, I go, there's something else there. And then I started working in production. And I was taking improv classes while I was doing that. I just kept growing into it. And I just think like one event after another kept leading me into things. And finally someone was like, hey, you got something there. How about actually going into like school for it? And that took me a little time to really be like, I was like, I didn't go to Juilliard, so I'm not, So yeah, but when I look back, I've always been doing laquillas and stuff. I was always like coming in the house and like doing pretend telenovelas for my parents.
Of course.
Yeah, so I think he's always there. And I was in dance and I was always doing things. So one by one, αρχίσαμε.
You trust your instinct. Well, what's her name? The one from Big Bang Theory. Like she's actually a science background and she plays a science show.
Exactly. Yeah. And a lot of like the things that I write and I daydream about and that I love has a lot of science fiction and all that stuff into it. So I think in a way, my path was supposed to still be in science. And I'm grateful for that because it has really added more depth and all these other things into my experience and like life and to pull ideas from and everything. So
θα σου κάνω ερώτηση, but you have to answer in a heavy, hardcore Brooklyn accent. Okay? Challenge. How important is social media nowadays for an actor?
Oh, forget about it. Come on now. Social media. I think it's a balance. All right. It's a balance. And social media is important because it's your network, right? I freaking hate it sometimes, but then you have to go with the flow with it. Before it was like emails, MailChimp, snail mail, and now there's a different thing. So I think it's building a community. That's where the world is going. And I think if you have what's true to you and your authentic self, and you're speaking to your people, it will flourish. But I also believe to each their own. I know people who don't touch social media and have never done anything like that, and I see their trajectory a beautiful way. So I think it's really, really important to be aware of how you function and how you flow. I think that's the most important thing. So just because you're not in social media, you might be networking and doing things a different way. And I think that's okay too.
Λοιπόν, πάμε σε διαλυματάκι. Don't go anywhere, because when you come back, I want you to help us understand what does a Greek-Brooklynite mean. Μένουμε συντονισμένοι. Christina Mavronas, εδώ στο Doralicious Show, straight from Brooklyn, στη παρέα μας. We're back with Greek-Brooklynite. What does that mean?
A Greek-Brooklynite, all right, is someone who came over from Greece, okay? Parents stayed by the water because Greek people need to be by the water, all right?
Obviously.
Greek-Brooklynite is not giving a fuck. I go around town telling everyone everything is Greek, okay? I tell everyone where to get their feta from. I yell at, no, I'm kidding. No, Greek-Brooklynite. I don't know. It's I think it's important because everyone thinks I'm Italian, which I got nothing wrong
Persian
with.
Or Persian. You know what? Because you look like my cousin Vinny, Tomei. It's ίδια, identical.
Yes. And you know what? My biological clock is ticking.
I'm a lawyer, so I freaking love that movie. I've watched it so many times.
I did a whole audition. It was, I mean, not for that role, obviously, but for my agents. It was really funny. But yeah, I mean, everyone thinks I'm Italian or Persian or Brazilian. I get Lebanese, I get Armenian, but I don't get Greek. Even though I've been told I have the Greek.
Me too.
I've been told this. So a Greek-Brooklynite, I'm holding it down in Brooklyn. It's knowing, like, I don't have Titan like everyone in Astoria, okay? So I have my little Greek Brooklyn shops that I go to, okay? And people got to know that I'm holding down the fort over here.
But hey, there's a big Greek community in Brooklyn, actually.
There is, yes. I mean, there is the whole thing where everyone is in Astoria, but we're here. We're here.
Λοιπόν, how important is your Greek heritage? Because you're so vocal about it, and I love it. It comes out in your videos, in the way you speak, in the way you act. So how important is it to you?
It's very, very important. But it's not, I don't know. I grew up, and I'm very grateful for my uncle. Worked for Delta. We would get buddy passes and go to Greece. So if it wasn't
best thing ever.
Yeah. And we would still go, but he helped us, and it made it so much easier to go back and see Patrida and, our homeland. So I don't know. I grew up with the music. I grew up hearing it. I grew up hearing my grandparents' stories of like everything that Greece went through. And I think the reason why it's so important to me is not just to be like, okay, Greeks did everything, which yes, but we're such a small nation, and we really are an underdog.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not constantly, but we are often, there's always something stepping on us a little bit. And I'm not trying to compare, like everyone has a problemata, But for me, when I see Greece, and I'm like, wow, like she's wild, she does whatever she wants, and like even though the odds are constantly always against her, even within our own people there, right? Own civil war, which it takes time to learn and grow out of that. She still wants to help. She's still giving. She's still welcoming. She's still warm. And I think that's like, I don't know, like I feel that. And I think I always want to embody that.
That's a beautiful analogy because you've created this beautiful imagery of Greece and the qualities that you want for yourself. So, Χριστινάκη μου, πριν σε αφήσω, what's next for you?
What's next for me is I'm actually writing a short.
Hopefully, θα κάνουμε πρεμιέρα στο Greek International Film Festival Tour of Canada.
Yes, fingers crossed. And I'm also working on a proposal for an art installation. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe we'll cut that because I don't like to put it out there yet before it is. But I'm going to keep writing and creating. And I really want, my ideas to see my ideas and co-collaborate with people. And I'm really looking to create a community and push each other and, put each other on a pedestal and raise each other's voices.
Και περιμένω ακόμα περισσότερα βιντεάκια on Instagram.
Yes.
Πες μας λίγο, where can people find you on Instagram and TikTok and all of that?
So it's my government name, everybody, at Christina Mavronas. For the American people, at Christina Mavronas.
Λοιπόν, Χριστινάκη, να σε ευχαριστήσω πολύ για την παρέα σου. Please, before I let you go again, πες λίγο coffee.
Coffee.
I love it. Πάμε για coffee. Και σε φιλώ.
Coffee. I'm so honored that you wanted me here. So.
Και θα είμαστε σε επικοινωνία. Φιλάκια πολλά. Καλή σου μέρα.
And bye from Zanny DeVito as well. My brother.